Bayern Munich honorary president Uli Hoeness has said it will be probably impossible to land the Spaniard this summer, as the German champions were also chasing him. Xabi Alonso is leaning towards staying at Bayer Leverkusen, leaving Liverpool to look at other managerial targets. Caoimhin Kelleher has been a vital figure for the Reds in Alisson's absence and helped them win the Carabao Cup last month with a star performance. Mikel Arteta will largely be breathing a sigh of relief after the majority of his Arsenal players returned intact, while Ramsdale and Ben White have had contrasting England fortunes. GAWANG PATAH has summarized for you. Liverpool look at Xabi Alonso alternatives as plan to replace Jurgen Klopp dealt major blow. Bayern Munich honorary president Uli Hoeness has said it will be probably impossible to land the Spaniard this summer, as the German champions were also chasing him. Xabi Alonso is leaning towards staying at Bayer Leverkusen, leaving Liverpool to look at other managerial targets. Bayern Munich honorary president Uli Hoeness has said it will be probably impossible to land the Spaniard this summer, as the German champions were also interested in him. That feeling is similar at Anfield as new CEO of football Michael Edwards drafts a short list of names to replace Jurgen Klopp. That means it is not expected, at least at the moment, that Alonso, 42, will be on their final list. The Bayer Leverkusen manager is a highly sought-after man as he looks set to lead the German club to their first ever Bundesliga title this season. He has been the favorite with the bookmakers to replace Klopp since the German announced he was leaving Anfield at the end of the season. Liverpool would have considered Alonso as a potential Klopp successor if he was keen to move this summer, but they reckon he's staying where he is, barring a late change of heart after their due diligence on their former midfielder led them to this conclusion. It appears Bayern have also decided that. "We'll have to see if we can do it this year," said Hoeness. "It will be difficult, if not probably impossible." Alonso is more inclined to stay at Bayer Leverkusen in view of their current successes, because he would not want to leave them behind. Let's say if he had 2 or 3 more years of success, it would probably be easier to bring him out of there. Edwards is returning to Liverpool as CEO of football and is leading the search for Klopp's replacement. He is bringing in Richard Hughes from Bournemouth to be the club's sporting director, and now they are looking at other names as Alonso was pushed to the front of the queue by external links rather than Liverpool. Sporting Lisbon boss Ruben Amorim has been heavily linked and is well regarded at Anfield, while Brighton manager Roberto De Zerbi is another candidate as he prepares to take his side to Merseyside on Sunday. Amorim, 39, has guided Sporting to the Portuguese title in 2021 and is consistently put in the frame for top jobs, so there's no surprise he is under consideration at Anfield. He is understood to have a release clause in his contract of around £17 million. De Zerbi has been built on Graham Potter's work at Brighton, but their progress this season has been curtailed by injuries and the sale of key stars such as Reds midfielder Alexis Mac Allister and Moises Caicedo. He has yet to lose against Klopp's Liverpool. There are others on the list which is being cut down to a few figures before they make a final decision in the coming weeks. Former Liverpool, Bayern and Real Madrid midfielder Alonso remains a target for Bayern Munich, who are replacing Thomas Tuchel this summer, but they may have to wait. The Spaniard is one of the reasons Tuchel is leaving, as he is leading Leverkusen to their first ever Bundesliga title. Bayern are 10 points behind Alonso's side and look set to finish second in the league for the first time since 2012, ending an 11-year run as champions of Germany. Caoimhin Kelleher sends message to Alisson after impressing in Liverpool star's absence. Caoimhin Kelleher has been a vital figure for the Reds in Alisson's absence and helped them win the Carabao Cup last month with a star performance. Liverpool shot-stopper Caoimhin Kelleher believes working with best in the world, Alisson has made him a better keeper. Irish international Kelleher has deputised for the last 2 months as Alisson battles a hamstring problem. There was an expectancy for the Cork man to push for a move away from Anfield last summer to get more first-team football. But he's been a vital figure for the Reds in Alisson's absence and helped them win the Carabao Cup last month with a star performance. Kelleher insists his own form is down to working with the Brazilian. He said, "It's always been really good with Oli. We've been together a few years now, so we know each other quite well. He's always there to support me, and I think the view of the whole goalkeeping unit is that they are always there to support the person who is playing. Oli's one of the best in the world in my opinion, one of the best ever. As I say, I've trained with him for a good number of years, and just being able to watch him and what he does in the games and how he handles situations is probably the best thing for me. Being able to watch him so closely and then trying to emulate him and try to do what he's really good at is great for me. I try to practice those things hard and make sure I'm in good shape. Arsenal winners and losers from international break as fates of Gunners duo pulls apart. Mikel Arteta will largely be breathing a sigh of relief after the majority of his Arsenal players returned intact, while Aaron Ramsdale and Ben White have had contrasting England fortunes. At face value, Arsenal came out of the international break smelling of roses ahead of their title showdown at Manchester City. No fresh injuries, a midfield kingpin walking 10 foot tall after being handed the England captain's armband, and rivals ostensibly hit by two key players shuffling off early in the Three Lions friendlies against Brazil and Belgium. But who played the system like a golden harp and who will have the last laugh? To win their first Premier League crown in 20 years, most observers agree the Gunners cannot afford to lose at the Etihad, where they have won just once since 2008. So as his troops reassemble for the last 10 games of the campaign, from back to front Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta cannot complain at the outcome of the last hiatus in the domestic season. Goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale is not going to shift David Raya as the Gunners' #1 keeper, and may have to move on this summer to get regular first-team football. Yet his England prospects have been enhanced in the last fortnight without playing a single minute. Sam Johnstone, who is emerging as the likeliest understudy to Jordan Pickford as England keeper, has had surgery on his elbow which will keep him out for the rest of the season and into the summer. Ramsdale's place in the Euro 2024 squad is now secure. Gabriel pulled out of Brazil's squad due to a fitness issue, but he is expected to resume his double act with William Saliba against City as Arsenal protect the best defensive record in the division. Ben White's international prospects look slim for the foreseeable future after he declined his invitation to join the Three Lions March camp, but that means he can focus on all things Arsenal. Teammate Declan Rice says he will ask White to rethink his decision to turn his back on England, but there is no chance of a U-turn before the Euros. As for Rice himself, his stock has never been higher, and his fitness is standing up to an exceptional workload. He played 64 games for club and country in 2022-23, including the World Cup, and he's up to 46 games already this term, with a possible 15 remaining games for the Gunners on the title run-in and in the Champions League alone. Skipper Martin Odegaard, back to his best club form after a nagging hip injury in mid-season, featured in both Norway's games against the Czech Republic and Slovakia during the international break. He took his place in a side including Erling Haaland and Oscar Bob, who will be in the rivals' camp on Easter Day. And all eyes will be on Arsenal's team sheet at the Etihad to see if it includes Bukayo Saka, the most fouled player in the Premier League this season, after he reported for England duty carrying a slight muscle problem and withdrew from the squad last Friday. Saka missed the Gunners' 1-0 win against City, thanks to Gabriel Martinelli's late, deflected strike last October. But Arteta will be desperate to have a full deck of cards at his disposal as he seeks to complete a home-and-away double against his old mentor Pep Guardiola. It will be Arteta's most important roll call of the season.